Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Last episode we came to the extremely pretty, if you like swampy kind of stuff, which I do, Torvus Bog. This episode we're going to be looking for Torvus Temple and the Guardian that can be found there. For now, we are about to scan a creature with possibly my favourite name of anything. This is a Sporb, which is a wonderful name. A lurking carnivorous plant, fires poison needles in battle, can grip small objects in its jaws. Morph Ball absolutely counts as a small object that Sporbs very much enjoy gripping, and unfortunately we need to be Morph Ball to get through this whole area, so I've come down a bit too low, we actually need to hop back up here, and in this area, don't dilly-dally or the Sporb will grab you. As you can see, it's there and it's lurking and being busted generally. Oh, well, it scared me, so I dropped off. Let's try that again. Oh, ow, there we go. No, cocked up. I'm just using the old remote flick method of jumping rather than Morph Ball bombs because it's technically a bit faster as long as you don't cock it up. That was very close, that one at the end, but here we now need to go through this fleshy tunnel. I kind of wish I hadn't said that. And we drop down and it looks like we've fallen, but we did actually want to be down here. It's a bit of a confusing area, that the abandoned work sites. But now we are at the Great Bridge once again. And this time we've got something here to scan. We've got a couple of things here to scan. We've got a pile of rocks that are made of densium. Can't do anything with densium yet, but we've also got a control terminal which has restored power to a kinetic orb cannon. Well, that's nice and clearly telling us exactly what we need to do there. There's a translator door here, which we haven't got the relevant translator files yet for, Emerald, but we can use the orb cannon and fire up on top of the Great Bridge. Oh, spook bats, what are they called? Shriek bats. Ow. With them out of the way, you can hear the Grenchulas below us again, we can head through here. Got some statues here. These are statues of Luminoth warriors. Age in combat of cause structural damage in the statue, but it is not in danger of falling apart anytime soon. What oddly specific information. Anyway, here what I was looking for is, aha, there it is. On the ground, one of these is scannable, and it's composed of telluric alloy. Erosion has weakened it considerably. Let's smash through. And we get a nice cheap energy tank, which is pretty good. But unfortunately that now returns us back to ground level, so we do need to go back around to get to where we just were. So, I didn't start talking in time, but this is Torvus Temple, and has more space pirates here. As these are just default space pirates, they're nice and easy to kill with a single charge blast, he says. Missing, terribly. Following that, we get some aero troopers in, who are equally easy to kill. I tend to use missiles on aero troopers because of their homing capabilities. There's a fair few pirate crates around, which I'm actually going to use just while the aero troopers fucking around to recharge some of my beam ammo, because I'm a bit low on it at the moment. I'm not a bit low, but I'm down to 50. Oh dear. Well, that's me up to 100 dark, and hopefully this can bring my light up to basically full, and some missiles as well, because I'm again, I think I'm low because I'm 20 missiles from full, but it's like, yeah, that still means I've got like 60 to hang on to. Yes, I can see you up there, alright? Don't worry, I'm coming for you. There we go. That should get him. Woohoo! Oh no! Ugh. Well, these are just 4 normal pirates, so should be nice and quick to kill. How many missiles does it take to kill a normal pirate? It's 1 and 2. Yeah, I thought it'd be something like that. It's quicker and cheaper to do a charge shot. The charge beam is free. Never forget that. With all of them dead? Oh, there's still one live over there. Let's try that again. With all of them dead? Something interesting shows up over here. This is another item for us. So this is the Super Missile, our first beam combination. This powerful attack uses missiles. Using the power beam, press and hold to charge, and then fire by pressing D-pad down. So basically you use missiles whilst charging the charge beam. With that obtained, well, that can do new stuff. That can open green doors on the map, which we've seen a fair few of. But with that done, we can go up this really cool vertical, like, funicular lift. Yes, that is the technical term. Well, it's a funicular when it's like trains that do that like go up really steeply like that whilst being at an angle. Usually one pulls another one up, as one goes down, another goes up. A lot of cliffside towns in England have them. As you can see, you can smash through green doors with the new super missiles and open the weird one-way locks which lead to the energy controllers. It's annoying that it always spawns you turning, like when you hop out of Morph Ball there, you're always facing backwards. But anyway, up here is the Torvus energy controller. And the first thing we need to do is, wow, we can scan the unfortunate body of the Sentinel. Subject Luminoth has been dead for 1.2 decacycles. In addition to heavy combat damage, subject shows numerous signs of numerous possession attempts, all failed. Resisting these assaults would require incredible stamina and psychic durability. Let's scan the holoprojector. A great warrior comes to the Temple of Torvus. May you succeed where I failed. I am Avok, the last sentinel of this temple. Heed my words carefully. As you can see, this temple has been crippled by the ravages of war. While the main chamber has been mostly preserved, the remainder of the temple is flooded. You must use your abilities to venture into these flooded areas and retrieve the keys you need to enter the Dark Temple. The waters of Dark Ether are foul and venomous. Avoid them where you can. I have updated your translator module. You can access devices and doors coded with emerald holograms. Search the areas now open to you. The Ing will seek your light with great zeal. Do not underestimate them. The time for talk is over. Good hunting, and may the light of ether guide your aim. So, that now heals us slightly, which is nice, and also gives us access, as she said, to Emerald Translator files. So we'll start with this one here, The World Warped. Amidst this turmoil, we discovered many disturbing anomalies. Spatial disturbances appeared across the land. Objects went into a state of flux, their atoms divided between dark ether and somewhere else. There was little time to ponder these strange happenings, for we had to deal with the devastation of our lands. So, with that done, I'm going to cut through this nonsense and head back to Torvus Temple. So here, now we have obviously the Emerald Translator as well. We can scan this one in the middle, which energizes elevator systems. And this opens up a couple of new areas for us. For now, we actually want to go dead ahead through yet another translator door. Come along. There we go. And into an entirely new area of Torvus Bog. This is the underground tunnel. Oh dear. I've missed something immediately. Behind here, we can roll underneath this area for a easy to get but also easy to miss missile expansion. And then up ahead there's a Grenchler, in which I'm not sure I can be asked to fight, because as you saw earlier this episode, how slow they are. He is kind of blocking the way, though. Shoot, move. Well, I can't even get behind him, so that's even more annoying. I guess it's more full time. Oh, tease it. Oh. Okay, let's lure him towards us here. Come on. No, don't shoot at me, you little bitch. At least we can. So, if he were to ever come towards me, they are much easier to fight now that we have super missiles. But unfortunately, he's just bloody blocking the thing. Alright, let's try and jump over him if we can. Oh, there we go. Can't really get a shot in his back, but yeah, super missile to their back will take it off in one, which is very handy. Through here. We're firstly safe from the Grenchler through here. And there is also, up here, another bit of Luminoth lore, the final one of the Dark Age, the Ing attack. The day came when space was torn asunder, revealing dimensional rifts to a dark place. Horrible dark swarms streaked forth from these rifts, engulfing nearby creatures and transforming into what we would come to call Darklings. The dark creatures became our enemies, and peace came to an end on Ether. So yeah, most of the logs you'll be getting in Torvus sector are going through the kind of like Dark Age and the beginnings of the war, whereas most of the ones in Agon were kind of going through the happier times. So, we fought the dark version, so let's then secondarily fight the light version. These are pirate commandos, and they fucked up my visor so I can barely see. But at least the text is clear. Elite space pirate shock trooper. Well armed and armoured and dangerous at any range. Limited use shield repels most attacks. Oh good. So the main way of dealing with them is a super missile. Can't block that particularly well. And equally, another super missile. We'll take out the other one. If, like me, you've got this many missile expansions, there's really no harm in using super missiles with fairly reckless abandon. With that done, the way out of here opens up, and we have an old-fashioned portal machine. So, we don't need to energize it, this brings us through to Dark Ether. So, welcome to, we were in the Meditation Vista, we're now in the Gloom Vista. I do love the spooky versions of the names that they always give them in Dark Ether. Anyway, this is a bit of a scary area, for a number of reasons. I'm going to energize this with light, because there's a new enemy here, and this one's a real freak to fight. This is the Hunter Ing. Elite warriors of the Ing Horde. Phasing shapeshifter, deadly in close combat, dislikes bright light, they always do. As you can see, it phases out of space. During that time, haha, that was what I was hoping would happen. They can't, during that time, you can't damage them, and you can't lock onto them, but if they come near the safe zone, if it's energized, it will still kill them. And there goes the other one. Possibly the easiest way, definitely, I would say, to deal with Hunter Ings is just to abuse safe zones, basically, and like energize them well enough. Anyway, there is over to... Oh, hang on a second, I've lost my bearings. That was it, I need to climb. Because I can see on the map that there's a dark door that we want to get to on this side. But I was like, but I can't see it. And then I remembered, I need to climb. Let's head up here, and then we can head around the edge of the room. I should possibly use some of these actually, no, I've got loads of health. Fuck this. I'm still thinking in, because I've been editing the Agon episodes, I'm still thinking in terms of don't go outside of safe zones, whereas now it's actually alright with the old dark suits. Let's open that up. And in the middle here is a save station, which is very nice. Definitely use that save station. You may have put two and two together by now of what exactly I mean when I say, when we go past a save station, I say definitely use the save station. It usually means something very specific is coming. But through here we end up, well, that's something interesting, and we end up in the dark version of the Forgotten Bridge, but there's actually not really anything we can do here, because it's all out there, whereas we're in this very narrow little area. Oh, those things drop a safe zone when they die. That's handy. I did know that already, actually, but through this light door, and through this fleshy tunnel. Oh! Shit, the brakes underneath you, and I didn't quite make it across in time. Let's crack through this door. Well, that was interesting. Some kind of spooky Ing appeared and fucked off. There's some stuff to scan in here. There is a Luminoth which expired 1.51 decacycles ago. Ing biomatter present in subject. Subject was in the final stages of Ing possession when her life signs went critical. Subject's death was fatal to the Ing as well. Based on other ones we've scanned so far, they might have been self-termination, because we know the Luminoth were prepared to do that in case of Ing possession. Anyway, let's follow that thing through here. Ha! Thing! Because it's an Ing, get it? Oh, welcome to a slow and difficult boss fight. This is the Boost Guardian. Oh, didn't even get to scan it properly. Come on, pop out. There we go. This is the Boost Guardian. Boost-powered Warrior Ing. Boost Ball ability grants great speed to enemy. Target can only be damaged when in solid form. Find a way to keep it solid. So basically what that means is shoot the shit out of it while it's in its normal solid mode. That goo there is it kind of trying to possess me, but failing. You'll notice this entire area as well, not a single safe zone, which is infuriating. Oh, when it's solid, you want to try and hit it with a super missile, like, oh, damn it. Oh, here we go, now it's charging up. So, this is it using the boost ball. At this point, you're well enough to switch into morph ball mode, and what you want to do is try and bomb it while it's in this mode. 3 hits of 3 bombs will force it solid again. Ow. Oh, God, I can do a lot of damage to you. Fortunately, whenever it destroys one of those pillars, that drops a ultra energy, which heals 100 points. But other than that, you're not got a lot to go with here. That forces it then back up to its normal form, and fortunately also brings you into that normal form. Oh, and it's trying to possess me again. Great. Get off me. Get out of me. There we go. Right. It also, yeah, you notice that it fairly regularly summons... There we go, that hit it quite hard. It fairly regularly summons inglets, which are handy because they can also be a form of healing, because you kind of really need to be on healing here, because it's the first time it really gives you a boss fight in Dark Aether that doesn't have any kind of safe zone at all. See there, you got another couple of things. Whenever it's boosting around like this, I would seriously just stay in Morph Ball mode entirely. There's not really any reason to leave it. Oh, missile, that's slightly helpful, but God, you can see it does do a lot of damage. Like, I've done fairly well in this game so far, but there is a good chance, no matter how well you're doing, that the Boost Guardian is just really dangerous. Hit it with a super missile, and possibly another one. No, it only lets you hit it with one. It knows. You can dodge it in this mode while it's kind of boosting around, and some people find it easier, some people find it harder. The issue is kind of, well, basically you've got no reason, you don't actually have to go into Morph Ball for any part of this thing, because here at this point, actually no, that doesn't work, so you do have to drop Morph Ball bombs on it. So yeah, I guess you do need to be in Morph Ball mode at this point. But then when it's boosting around, you can actually potentially spit out, oh, as you can see that, it can kill its own inglets as well, pretty easily. Let's take that final one, or not. That should bring it back solid. Nope, apparently not. Let's hop out again and try this. You'll notice that for some reason in this area, I know why, but they never quite explain how, you turn from Morph Ball back into normal Samus mode much more easily than you do anywhere else. Right, that should be him done boosting around. There we go, and this should bring him back to solid. And hopefully it should be this and then one more cycle, because it's not half that. Actually, no, it's going to be two more, isn't it? I don't know, it's going to be close. That's what it's going to be. Alright, it's going into goo mode again. Can you guess what we're going to get for beating this boss? Hard to tell, I know, but... let's take this guy out and just in hopes of, like, oh, they only dropped 10 health, but still, it's something, just because... This is what I've been saying, like, the whole time, but it is very different fighting bosses in Dark Aether when you have... Because like, you either have a safe zone or no safe zones, and it's easy when you have a safe zone, but bloody hard when you actually don't have them at all. Because you are just constantly losing health, which means even if you play fine against the boss, you've also got to beat the boss quickly, because you're on a timer in that sense. And especially if, like me, when you first played this game, you're not particularly explorative in it, there is a good chance that you will not have that many energy tanks, and that can completely fuck you here. I've got the maximum you can get at the moment, which is 5, and as such, I'm doing alright. But even so, I've lost 2 of them. You really need those extra tanks. And I don't want to have to cut during a boss fight, but it's a very slow one. And it's kind of deliberate. It feels like the boss is stalling you to let the atmosphere fuck you up, which is a bit of a shitty move. Oh, get off me, you little shit. Right, I should get a good chance to smack at it here when it next pops up. Go on, pop up. If I've missed my chance, it'll be very annoying. But I'm sure I haven't. Come on. Or do I need to actually shoot it? There we go, maybe just shoot it a little bit. Come on, pop up. Ugh. Yeah, a lot of people don't like this boss, and I can see why. Because it's extremely irritating. Become solid, you little shit. Fine, let's switch over to the big guns then, by which I mean the light beam. I've got light ammo to spare. Oh, that doesn't seem to be doing anything. Oh, here we go. Right, now's your chance. And... nope, missed it. Okay, so now we've got to do this dance again. Great. Oh, looks like its health is lower than it was. Maybe those points I did to it while it was solid damaged it. Who knows? Anyway, I'm actually going to cut through this point. I don't like cutting in boss fights, but sometimes you have to. Speeder, at least, I guess. There we go. I realised I should have started talking when it went back to solid mode, but I didn't. So in a shocking turn of events, when you defeat the Boost Ball, you obtain... oh, I fucking cocked it up. When you defeat the Boost Guardian, you obtain... the Boost Ball. Unsurprising, we had this at the beginning of the game, technically. While in Morph Ball mode, press and hold B to charge the ball, release B after charging to get the speed boost. which is very nice. And it's been a bit of a longer episode, so we shall hold it there. So this episode we've got the Boost Ball. Next episode we'll be using that to explore Torvus and some of the surrounding areas. As in back in the Great Temple a little bit more. Thank you very much, and good day.